Johnny.
Hey, yo, Eddie, how you doing, buddy?
Jonathan, I can't believe we're knee deep into season 4 of the Fueling Station.
Oh my gosh, and I can feel it running right up my legs. It keeps getting deeper and deeper.
And we are talking a lot of stuff that gets deep.
Yes, sir.
It does get deep. If you're just joining us, this is the Fueling Station. My name is Ed Kammerer, along with my co-host
Jonathan Stong.
Together, Johnny, what are we known as?
The Pod-troleum Guys.
The Pod-troleum Guys. And like I said, we're halfway through episode 4 again, or season 4. I can't believe that we're still on air, or they're allowing us to record these things.
I love it.
But so now we're live in Smithfield, North Carolina, at our manufacturing plant. And looking at what we've done so far, we've been in Las Vegas at the WPMA show. We've talked to people about marketing in the petroleum industry. We've talked to people about the importance of relationships in the petroleum industry. But now, we get the chance to talk to our distributors live.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite events that we do throughout the year. We invite our distributors in North America, we bring them to the plant, and, not only do they get to see our products and our manufacturing facility, but what I think is the most important thing is they get to see our people.
Yes.
and understand the culture that we have at Retail Fueling and the passion that everyone that works here every day. I mentioned it in the opening session. Everyone at this plant, whether they're in product management, engineering, operations, or the associates on the shop floor, they wake up every day wanting to make the best products. They have the passion to make the best products in the petroleum industry. We have a name for that. It's called Fueled by Excellence.
That's right. And it's the secret sauce. You
Secret
talked about
sauce.
that mostly this year too. The cross-functionality of the individuals in this plant, internal and external is it's unmatched. Like you said, people are getting up every day with individual tasks, but they have goals that are holistic for all of us. We want to make the best products. We want to make them efficiently, and we want to be able to deliver that product and make it easy to do business with. And I think our valued partners that are here today, just shy of 6 digits, is helping us do that. And
Absolutely.
They're making us better every day.
So, one of the things that we talked about, we throw around the secret sauce. What's the secret sauce or the special sauce that makes OPW Retail Fueling what it is?
Yeah.
Why have we been successful for 133 years? Amazing. Well, one of the key ingredients of that secret sauce are the people we brought in today, is our distributors.
That's right.
Our OPW distribution channel is a key ingredient to the success of OPW. We are not successful unless our distributors are successful.
That's right. And they are our first line of defense. They are out there every day supporting our business as partners, not as customers like, other people see distribution. They are a vital part of our business.
Absolutely.
And incredibly important to our day-to-day, and a great philosophy that this company has had long before I'm here, and maybe yourself, and long after us, is going to be that cohesive partnership with distribution to the market.
Yep. We're one of the few manufacturers that doesn't sell direct. Everything goes through distribution. Yep. But, you hit it on the head. We don't view our distributors as a channel or a means of distributing our product. We view them as a business partner.
Absolutely.
They are not our customer. They are our partner. The customer is the end user that our distributors serve. We've talked to in different episodes, within this podcast. But that's why it's so much fun to bring them here.
Yes.
And again, see how that secret sauce is made. Walk on the manufacturing floor, see all the different manufacturing processes that we do under this one roof. It's pretty impressive.
It is very impressive.
We do machining, we do metal fabrication, we do pipe extrusion, we do welding, we do rotomolding, we do fiberglass composite, we do sheet metal cutting, assembly, just everything we do under one roof, and it gets a chance for them to see how we put together this whole package, this whole complete fueling station, this end-to-end solution. And when people leave here, we'll talk to some of them after they go through, this event. But, usually they're all pretty impressed and are amazed by all the different things that we manufacture under one roof.
That's right. I think it's eye-opening. I think people just, as a whole, the most educated of individuals don't necessarily understand what it takes to get from soup to nuts, from the A to Z. And to get raw components.
Who's Zed?
Zed is an old buddy of mine from college.
I think I have an Uncle Zed somewhere.
But it's important, and they come in and see it, and they're like, hey, this makes perfect sense. And I didn't realize the amount of scrutiny you put your business under, the the amount of safety requirements, the amount of cleanliness, the continuous improvement efforts that we're making almost on a daily basis, from operations to engineering to sales to the whole aspect. And
Yep.
I think it's important that it's showcased and our partners here get to see it.
Yep. The amount of testing that goes into every product that leaves this factory
Absolutely.
is pretty incredible. But again, it gives us the opportunity to showcase, again, not only the facility, but what I like is they're interacting with the associates on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
They're interacting with our product managers, with our engineering, and they get to, I know it's cliche, but we are very proud of the culture here at OPW Retail Fueling, and our distributors get a chance to experience that culture and see the people, behind the curtain.
Yeah.
They can come to trade shows and see our products. We can go, our sales guys make sales calls at these at their distribution centers, at their warehouses, at their offices. But by bringing them in here, seeing the process in person being made, and then seeing the people, the 300 and some people we have in this building that put those products together every day, that machine them, that assemble them, that test them, that's what I think is the value, is for them to experience and see the people, like I said, the passion that the associates that we have here at Retail Fueling have, that fueled by excellence passion.
And it's genuine. The individuals that are producing these products, who are out there making it efficient for us, they want to do the right thing just like we do. Out in the field or in front of the customer base, this is their home run every time when they come into work, and they have goals and missions that they need to complete, and they do them with efficiency and safety. And they're happy. And I don't want to stereotype anybody. We're all happy because we work for a great place.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity to work.
We work in a great
people.
industry.
Absolutely. It's
We've talked about this on other
I know.
episodes. How great is this industry? It's driven by relationships, and it's driven by, solid people.
Absolutely. And I think the large majority of us, are the ones that want to make a difference and do make a difference because we're making the right choice more ethically each day to win the right way.
Yeah, I mean,
to do good
hey,
business.
you've talked about, what do we do at the end of the day? We make sure that gasoline stays out of the ground where it doesn't belong.
That's right.
People can refuel their vehicles safely without blowing themselves up, and we keep gasoline vapors out of the air, and keep pollution at a minimum. And again, it's all those things that we do every day passionately, and it's to protect people and the environment.
Yep. And we're going to get a lot of great ideas out of these meetings this week on how we can continue that beyond what we're already doing.
That's a great point. We're going to finish this meeting. We have a session we call Voice of the Distributor, where we take 45 minutes, and it's just an open forum where they ask us questions, they give us product ideas, they can criticize, nothing's off the table, no holds barred.
Yeah,
we're
time.
big boys, we can handle it. What you got, bring it on.
I love
and some of our best new product ideas over the years have come from that Voice of the Distributor session that we do here at this meeting.
Well, let's look forward to the great comments and the great, push that we're going to make that comes out of this. I don't even know what's going to happen, but I know it's going to be positive.
So speaking of comments, we love doing events live, right? It's just rather than you and I sitting in a podcast studio somewhere or in front of our computers, doing these podcasts, we try then do them on site, whether it's a trade show. We've done them on our manufacturing floor, and now we're doing it live at this Distributor Seminar. So I think what we'll do is we will actually talk to and ask, people that are coming through here, what are their comments? What did they like? What surprised them? What do they think was really cool?
Absolutely.
And we'll get that comment, and we'll kind of finish this podcast up with that.
Perfect.
And then you and I will wrap it up before everybody goes home.
I like it.
So why don't we go right to the horse? What did they say? The mouth of the horse?
The horse's mouth.
The horse's mouth.
That's right.
Exactly. So let's hear what our distributors have to say about what they're seeing this week.
I'm into it, brother.
All right, so we're here at the OPW Retail Fueling Distributor Seminar, talking to some of our visitors who have come and looked at the plant. We've done some product presentations. So I'm here with Keith. So Keith, why don't you just tell me a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and what's going on at MECCO these days?
Cool. I'm Keith Thomas, purchasing agent with MECCO in Atlanta. And basically, it's my first time here at the OPW factory, looking at the operations. And one of the things that I was looking at when I came here was just trying to understand the vendor or manufacturer distributor relationship. And one of the things I was impressed with more than anything about OPW was that it's the relationship between the manufacturer and the distributor. We're not just a sales channel for you guys. You guys are really looking to partner with us, make us better, spread the OPW brand, but more importantly, collectively together improve the product. So I was very, very impressed.
Man,
by
I'm
that.
glad someone was listening to my opening speech this morning.
But that was one of the things I had in my mind.
You nailed that.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about that with the group this morning before we came to the plant. You know, the importance of, you know, we talked about the secret sauce, the special sauce at OPW, and in our eyes, one of the key ingredients to that special sauce is our distribution channel. You know, we treat you guys as true business partners. So I'm glad you picked up on that, and hopefully you recognize that also when you go back home and continue, you know, forward with, you know, in the industry, and you know, we'll keep that relationship going for a long time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the main things also that I wanted to, you know, OPW has a good reputation, good brand awareness out in the field with end user customers. But basically, one of the things I was most impressed with was that the manufacturing. The word that I'm looking for is not really expertise, but I guess care that you take in manufacturing and making the product, retesting the product to make sure that it meets the standards out in the field to basically back up that reputation that you guys have earned. So it was, you know, lights out as far as that's concerned. I mean, I couldn't believe the level of testing that I saw.
Yeah.
That really gives confidence. And hey, if that product hits the field, it's ready to go. It's been validated, verified, and can withstand the industry rigors that we all want.
Yeah. Hey, we have a name for that here at OPW Retail Fueling. You know, the fact that all of us get up every day and have the passion to make the best equipment in the petroleum industry, we call it fueled by excellence.
Okay.
And you touched on it. You know, you saw that, hopefully you saw that today,
Absolutely.
you know, from the product managers that are doing the presentations to the people on the shop floor. You could see that the passion that they had in trying to make the best product for you to sell to your customers.
Exactly. Yes, we did. And then this primarily the process improvement and the processes you guys have put in place to consistently improve the product. Like again, lights out.
Yeah.
I mean, was thoroughly impressed by everything I saw today.
You know, you don't stay in business for 133 years unless you do a couple things right. So
Hey.
I like to think we've been doing a couple things right. So
You are.
So
You are.
Keith, hey man, great to see you.
Bye.
Appreciate the relationship, you know, OPW and MECO and our distribution channel. So we look forward to many more years together. And thanks for everything you guys do for OPW.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So here I've got Dylan. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and who you're with?
Yeah, my name's Dylan Mays. I'm with Oil Equipment Company. We're based out of Trussville, Alabama. I was an installer originally. Now I'm a project manager and estimator for Oil Equipment Company.
Awesome. So you've come from the ground up.
I have.
Got your hands dirty like me. Started in the ditches.
Yes.
Awesome.
I've spent more time in the ditches than I have in the office.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
We like guys like that.
That's it.
So Dylan, let me ask you. So what before you got here, before you came, like what was one thing you were kind of looking most forward to seeing, you know, here at the seminar?
So being a guy that's been in the field, I was really excited about seeing the piping, how it was made, but also, you know, me and you have talked a lot about the sumps and the design process to it, and also the testing process to it. You know, we have our infield testing, which is very similar but different.
Right.
So I really wanted to see how close our testing was to what y'all do actually here, and
Gotcha.
how it relates to what we're doing in the field, and seeing how that transfers over.
Awesome. So what was the one thing that we'll talk about the plant? What was the one thing that surprised you out in the plant that you didn't expect to see?
Probably the actual piping machine, having an all eight. It was
eight layers. Yeah.
Eight layers combining into one and pushing through that machine and just running pipe like it was very impressive.
Awesome. Yeah, we love our pipe here. That's
Yeah.
kind of the backbone of the whole underground system.
Yep.
What about the other product breakout sessions? I know you still have one more to do, but what's been your favorite product breakout session so far?
Definitely the plant tour. Definitely
Okay.
the plant tour. It was just getting to see so many aspects of it. I told a bunch of guys, you could walk around that plant all day.
Yeah.
The hour and 45 we had, I mean,
Yeah.
you cover a lot, but
Yeah.
you could walk around that plant all day. There's just it's really astonishing what you do there,
Yeah.
and the assembly lines you have going on there, and the product you're putting out with the people.
Yeah,
So,
it's, you know, in our industry, if you think about the other manufacturers, you know, they do one of those things.
Right.
Right. I do 8 of them out there.
exactly. That's
So,
very impressive.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, hey, man. Hey, again, I appreciate you taking, you know, time out of your busy schedule and coming to see us here in North Carolina.
Definitely.
And checking us out at OPW Retail Fueling. And hey, man, I'll see you in a tank hole soon.
Yep, definitely. Thank you,
All
man.
right, thanks,
Appreciate
Dylan.
you.
Appreciate it. So, Jonathan, we've been able to spend 3 very valuable days with our distributor partners.
Right.
We've talked to them about our products. We've shown them our manufacturing facility. We've done updates on customer service, on marketing, on training. talk to them about new products that we're working on, a whole gamut of things. And I think we've done a pretty good job of setting these guys up to go back home, talk to their other people at their distributors that they work with, and talk to the customers, and kind of fill them in on what the secret is. The secret in the sauce here at OPW Retail Fueling, and hopefully they go back and spread that secret and that message.
I think they will. And I think one of the first things you said years ago about this was, we love the fact that everyone is here and spending time and interacting, but we're hoping that they do go back and tell their other members of their business about the culture, about the business, and why they continuously do business with OPW.
Yeah.
And give us those ideas. And hopefully next year, those individuals will come that didn't have an opportunity. So that's been a successful week. It's been a bullish week. We've been, up early and up late.
Yeah.
We've had some fun, and I probably need to have a little more electrolytes other than that, but things are looking good.
Hey, I just found out today we have things out in the plant called squinchies.
Oh yes.
And it's an electrolyte popsicle
Yep.
that we have for associates on the shop floor, because
Yep.
it can get a little warm out there sometimes.
That's right.
But I told them at the beginning, this week we're going to educate you, but we're also going to entertain you.
Yeah.
And hopefully you've liked what you saw this week, and you can go back and preach to the whole petroleum industry and let them in on what the secret is at the OPW
That's right.
the OPW Retail Fueling Special Sauce.
I think they will. And I'm excited because the best thing we get out of this, obviously, is the resurgence of the partnerships. But then the calls start coming because things are fresh, and individuals go back and they, remember something that maybe they were told and, maybe made sense at the time, but doesn't now, and they have questions about it. So the follow-up is huge. And and the good thing about OPW is we'll answer the phone.
Yes.
And make sure that if we don't have an answer, we'll get it. And it'll be honest. And it's exactly what we need to do as a good partner in the industry.
Yep. So with that, Johnny, we've wrapped up another annual distributor seminar here in North America. Wrapping up another episode of the fueling station.
I'm loving it.
And I guess I'm not sure where I'll see you next. I'm sure it'll be somewhere exciting. But I know we've got several more topics that we want to cover
That's right.
on the fueling station here in season 4.
Looking forward
But
to it.
as always, my brother, thanks for the conversation.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for helping me put this thing on and
thanks for
showing
letting
our
me be a part
distributors
of
a
it.
good time.
It was wonderful, and I'm thankful to keep it going. So let's do it, folks.
All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Fueling station out.
Bye.